Hello everyone, in today's class we are going to talk about audible and inaudible sounds. We know that we need a vibrating body for the production of sound. Can we hear the sound of all vibrating bodies? No. The fact is that sounds of frequencies less than about 20 vibrations per second, that is 20 Hz, cannot be detected by the human ear. Such sounds are called inaudible. On the higher side, sounds of frequencies higher than about 20,000 vibrations per second, that is 20 kHz, are also not audible to the human ear. Thus, for human ear, the range of audible frequencies is roughly from 20 to 20,000 Hz. Some animals can hear sounds of frequencies higher than 20,000 Hz. Dogs have this ability. The police use high-frequency whistles which dogs can hear but humans cannot. The ultrasound equipment familiar to us for investigating and tracking many medical problems works at frequencies higher than 20,000 Hz. Noise and music. We hear different types of sounds around us. Is the sound always pleasing? If it is pleasing, it is a music. We can say that sound is pleasant. Does a sound sometimes cause discomfort to you? Yeah, and that is so termed as noise or called as noise. Some sounds are pleasant to the ear, whereas some are not. Suppose construction work is going on in your neighborhood. Are the sounds coming from the construction site pleasing? Do you enjoy the sounds produced by the horns of buses and trucks? Such unpleasant sounds are called noise. In a classroom, if all the students speak together, what would be the sound produced be called? That will be called as noise. On the other hand, you enjoy sounds from musical instruments. Musical sound is one of which is pleasing to the ear. Sound produced by a harmonium is a musical sound. The string of a sitar also gives out a musical sound. But if a musical sound becomes too loud, would it remain melodious? No. And if the sound is unpleasant, we will call it as noise. And next, we are going to talk about noise pollution. You already know about air pollution. The phenomena of polluting air or imbalance in the composition of gases present in the atmosphere is air pollution. Presence of unwanted gases and particles in air is called air pollution. Similarly, presence of excessive or unwanted sounds in the environment is called noise pollution. Can you list some sources of noise pollution? Major causes of noise pollution are sounds of vehicles, explosions including bursting of crackers, machines, loudspeakers, etc. What sources in the home may lead to noise? Television and transistor radio at higher volumes, some kitchen appliances, desert coolers, air conditioners, all contribute to noise pollution. Next, we will talk about what are the harms of noise pollution. Do you know that presence of excessive noise in the surroundings may cause many health-related problems? Lack of sleep, hypertension, that is high blood pressure, anxiety, and many more health disorders may be caused by noise pollution. A person who is exposed to a loud sound continuously may get temporary or even permanent impairment of hearing. So, what measures should be taken to limit noise pollution? To control noise, we must control the sources of noise. How can this be achieved? For this, silencing devices must be installed in aircraft engines, transport vehicles, industrial machines, and home appliances. How can the noise pollution be controlled in a residential area? All noisy operations must be conducted away from any residential area. Noise producing industries should be set up away from such areas. Use of automobile horns should be minimized, means decreased. TV and music systems should be run at low volumes. Trees must be planted along the roads and around buildings to cut down on the sounds reaching the residents, thus reducing the harmful effects of noise pollution. Next, we will talk about hearing impairment. When there is a problem in hearing to any person, that is called loss of hearing or hearing impairment. Total hearing impairment, which is rare, is usually from birth itself. Partial disability is generally the result of a disease, injury, or age. Children with impaired hearing need special care. By learning sign language, such children can communicate effectively because speech develops as the direct result of hearing. A child with a hearing loss may have defective speech also. Technological devices for the hearing impaired have made it possible for such persons to improve their quality of life. Society can do much to improve the living environment for the hearing impaired and help them live normal lives. So here our chapter the sound gets completed, and in our next class probably we will go through the question and answers. And I think so I gave you few questions yesterday, 10 question and answers. You have to find their answers and write them, and you have to also prepare the summary points or the key points along with the keywords given here. And kindly please fill out the exercise which is given in your book, and particularly in our next class we will go through question and answers from this chapter. Thank you. Have a good day and take care of yourself.